Hi.
So, if you didn't catch my last video, it's been about a week and a half since I put up a video almost. I got pretty sick. In my last video I had tonsillitis, and I actually ended up a bit sicker than that. I ended up with respiratory infection, sinus. It wasn't pleasant. So this is the first time I've set foot in my art room since that video, which was I think Friday week ago. So it's Sunday now. So it's been a while. And I thought I'm finally feeling better off the antibiotics, off the Ventolin. But being the close-knit family that we are, I may have accidentally shared it around a little bit. Isn't that right, honey?
Yep, just a little bit.
So, the boys' immune systems are much better than mine. They're bouncing back pretty quickly, though, thankfully. So,
thank goodness.
Yeah, I love you. I do. But yeah, so they're nowhere near as bad as me, which is good. So, they're all bouncing back after a nice weekend off. So, hopefully, hubby starts to feel a little better soon.
I'll be right.
But he's not too bad, and he is going to help us pull this week's challenge. We didn't want to fall too far behind, and what better way to come back with a challenge. So, here we go.
Alright.
Oh, and I did update and put some new challenges in the jar, so the jar's looking pretty full.
Let's have a look. What we got?
Make it a good one.
Use a quote as inspiration.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. That'll be fun. Alright, thank you, Dee, for today's
That's okay.
challenge.
No worries.
And
Good luck.
let's go find something fun to do. Alright guys, let's get stuck into it. So this is my quote that I ended up choosing. Be crazy, be silly, be stupid, be weird, be whatever, because life is too short to be anything but happy. I struggled with this to start with because I wasn't sure how to use the quote and how to be inspired by it. I thought it would be too easy to use it as my title, which I do anyway because it's too perfect. But yeah, I was thinking for a little while, and while I did this, I was going through my Project Life albums because they're all out of order. I'll tell you about the domino effect. So with the domino effect, I think about one thing that leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And in this case, for some reason, I decided to put my Project Life into slips for this year. Realized I didn't have an album, decided to go through my albums to see if I could condense any. Realized they're all out of order, and then decided to put them in order, put numbers on them, and yeah, work out where I was. And that's how I found these photos. These are actually from, oh god, I don't even know which. I think I took them out of 2017. And I found these two photos, and they were in there because I wanted to use them together. Now, one is a nice, happy little perfect photo, and the other one is us being completely crazy. And that is pretty much the basis for our family. We're nuts, and we are happy being nuts. We like being crazy. And so when I thought about that, I thought I would try and find a quote to do something with that. Didn't have a clue what I was going to do with it, but I thought it was a good starting point. So now my layout, it went through a few interesting stages. At the beginning, you would have seen me pick up a Tombow marker and try and make that work, but it just absorbed straight into the page. Didn't like it. And then I was actually going to throw it out. Well, I wasn't going to throw it out. I was going to put it in my stash to be used at another time and get a fresh piece. But then I thought, why not? I was going to use some of my recently rediscovered Dylusions inks. Now, I love Dylusions. Diane is my queen. I love everything about the Dylusions range. I love the snarky quotes and the, just the vibe. And then I thought, oh, well, that works for the whole crazy as well. Now, with so yeah, all my inks were packed away when we moved, and I didn't have a new storage system, but recently I found this awesome thing from Kmart. It's like a bathroom organizer thing, but it works great. It stores all my inks, and it's sitting on my desk, and all my Dylusions are within arm's reach, and I haven't actually used them in a while. So you will have seen me trying to pump the yellow and get it to work, and then I just whack it and it just splatters everywhere. So that was quite fun, and I thought I'd just embrace it and go with it. Now, normally when I use inks and things, I use them on with some water or on some plastic to control the spray, the mess, the chaos, whatever. In this case, I just sprayed straight on the page and covered the majority of it, which was really different. Then I added some green, some of the lime, and even then I wasn't sure if I'd use it. I thought, oh, this might be a bit much, but then it ended up working great because I am using 2 4x6 photos. Now, as I said in previous videos, I still don't have any ink for my photo printer, so I'm working with photos I already have. If I had have had ink, I probably would have reprinted these in 3x4 and had 2 3x4s and given me more space. Not having that made me meant I was limited to working with the photos I had, which was 2 4x6 photos. So I decided to scrap them together, and so that's taking up a whole lot of space on my page, which means it's going to cover up a lot of this. So I felt a little better in that. Then I wanted to bring in some black as just to break up all of that bright green and yellow. And I wanted to use more dilutions just because I feel that the whole sketchy, messy, grungy, well, not really grungy, but the very, what's what I'm looking for? Weird, crazy, chaos type, the lines are all jagged and crooked, and it just works really well for this whole crazy vibe that I was going for. Then I worked out that the whole dilutions range really works well for this. So I actually did a border using a stencil, which I have not done on a layout before. This started to remind me of an art journal page, honestly, and I really like it. I was not sure if I would. As I was doing it, I thought, I don't know if I like this for a layout. Love it for an art journal page. But as I did it, I really started to enjoy it. I really love how this turned out. It is really different to anything I've done in a while, and maybe I think that might be why I enjoy it. I really struggle using multiple photos on a layout, especially big photos, because I like to use a lot of real estate. I don't like to be limited in space. But this worked really well. I really like how this turned out. So I've put my nice, pretty, happy, smiley photo perfectly straight, and then my crazy, wacky, we're nuts kind of photo I've put on a bit of an angle, and I have bumped it up with some foam. I just deleted all of that footage because I was having some serious issues with my double-sided tape and it wasn't working. So I got rid of all that. Then I decided to use the quote as my title. So I'm going to cut it out. Actually, I typed it up first because the one I'd printed was just to show you the image that I found off the internet. It wasn't very suitable to cut up for my title, so I decided to print it using my printer. I didn't want to stamp it. I couldn't be bothered. I probably should have. It might have looked a little better, although I think it might have blended in with the black, so maybe it was a good thing I didn't do that. But anyway, I cheated and typed it up on my printer in a typewriter font, and then I'm going to cut it up. And then I struggled for a while deciding where to put it. Excuse me. So because I have got that black numbers in the middle, don't ask me why I went for numbers. I could have gone for alphabet, but it was the first stencil I picked up, and I did want something coming from underneath that photo into my layout. So that's why I went with the stenciling. I was considering using my black spray ink, but then I thought I knew I'd get a lot of overspray, so I thought I'd just go with paint. So this is where I can't figure out where I want it. I thought in the middle would have worked well, but it's just too much with all those numbers underneath. It doesn't stand out enough. It's really, it just looks too much. And then I thought maybe I could put half above, half below. This is actually what I end up doing, but I jumped between the two for a while. In the end, I called my husband and asked for his opinion, which he's very happy to give. And then, he helps me decide to put half above, half below. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I was thinking of putting something in the middle where all those numbers are, like some kind of embellishment or stamping on some white and cutting it out. But in the end, I don't. I literally leave it as it is, and I don't mind it. I really like it. I think it works with the title and the photo and the journaling. At least I hope it does. Tell me what you think. This is a very different layout for me. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of ink on this page. So yeah, but I think it works, especially considering the whole point of the challenge is to be inspired by your quote. And my quote is all about being crazy and being weird and silly. So I think this works for the challenge. Now, I forgot to mention, if you are new to the channel, the challenge, basically, the way this challenge series works, hubby pulls a challenge out of the jar, I do the challenge, and then I challenge all of you to do the same challenge. There is a hashtag over on Instagram, and I'll link that in the description below. And if you do join the challenge, please use the hashtag so we can see your work. We do love to have a look at what everyone else has done based on these challenges. So please, if you do join in, let us know. We'd love to see what you do using the same challenge. So that's it for the layout. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm happy to be back, and I will be posting another video real soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.